Welcome back to the Graybeard Podcast, and welcome back, Ulysses.
Hey.
Or Yasuke. Can I just say that?
You can call me Yasuke. That works.
You can call me Yasuke if you want to.
Normally, I just ask that people call me Ulysses outside of like the cage or fighting stuff, just because I don't want that ego to.
I got
spread,
you.
You know
we don't want to. We don't want that.
But yeah. But either way, it works.
Speaking of ego, so for those of you that don't know, real quick. Ulysses, am I putting the emphasis on the it's just Ulysses?
Ulysses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Ulysses, not like, okay.
I appreciate it.
Anyways, he is an MMA fighter. He's been on the podcast before. Go back and check that episode. It's really awesome. We had a great time chatting. And wanted to have him come back because you got a fight coming up pretty soon.
I do. February 8th. Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And we'll get into all the details, like where people can find that fight and, where if they want to go view it live or, on pay-per-view or whatever. We'll put all that stuff in the details too. But, just jumping right in, man, I want to talk about ego real quick. Talk about ego. Let's see. You watched that, all the hubbub that led up to the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight?
I didn't watch a lot of the promotional stuff.
Okay.
But I did watch like some clips of Tyson hitting the bag and all that,
Yeah, he talked about, he's like, before he was training again, he was talking about, he was getting a little chunky, and he's like, he's got his weed business, and he's like, I don't even want to work out, man, because I'm gonna get that ego.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm gonna want to kill somebody.
Yeah.
But what did you think about that fight? Did you watch it?
I did watch it. What did I think about the fight?
I've been wanting to talk to you about this, man. Like,
I'm conflicted.
Me too. I'm real conflicted.
I'm conflicted because we were convinced that Mike Tyson was back.
Yeah.
But common sense says that, how old is he again?
50. I'll look it up.
Almost 60.
Yeah, I'm close to 60, right?
Bring that thing right to your mouth, man.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey, Jim, can you scoot it over just to the right, just a hair?
With him being almost 60, I was convinced that he was back.
Yeah.
But common sense would dictate that he's not. You
Uh-huh.
know. So then when I finally see him walk out, and as he's walking out, he's already got that limp, the knee brace and whatnot. I was conflicted because I wanted Mike Tyson, but I knew Mike Tyson wasn't there.
He's 58.
Now,
58.
Now, my thing is this: he's almost 60.
How old was Jake Paul?
20 something.
He barely got any butter on his balls. I'm just saying, I watched that fight, dude, and it seemed like he was holding back. And as a fighter, I know you can pinpoint these things. You can see these things. But I saw a lot of spots where he could have just laid him out and he held back.
Bro, there's a few right hooks.
I saw Tyson fighting for money and not legacy.
30 years
I'll say
older
that.
than Jake Paul.
I'll say I saw him fighting for,
A paycheck.
Wow. Double his
30
age
years.
plus.
Which is, I mean,
I saw him fighting for money, not legacy. And with that, like there was one moment where I saw him load up the right hand, perfect timing and everything. And then I watched him pull it back.
yeah.
Some people would
And
say
Jake Paul about shit himself.
Yeah. Some people would say that that Paul or that Mike pulled the punch because he didn't want to get countered by Paul or something. Paul's not that guy. He's not that guy. I saw Mike Tyson fighting for money, not legacy. Again, conflicted because hey, get your money, brother. But
Right.
also, like I was convinced through these clips that Tyson's back.
Yeah. No, I feel like if money wasn't on the line and he was just able to, and there was no promotion and it was just like a real brawl, I feel confident that he would have took him out.
I would give Paul 3 rounds.
You think?
If that were the case, I'll give him 3 rounds tops.
How many minutes? I mean,
So if we're going,
2-minute rounds.
It was 2-minute rounds.
I think it was 2-minute rounds. Yeah.
I'll give him 3 rounds. I'll give him 3 rounds, 6 minutes.
I bet if the stakes were winner takes all, it's 1 round.
Because I see Tyson.
That's what I'm saying.
If the stakes were on like that, I see Paul trying to use that range and use that young power, that speed that he's got.
Mm-hmm.
But I also see, look at the fight. Even with Tyson being 58, was it?
58
years old, the head movement's still there. The timing was still on.
He looked like a pit bull.
Like come on, like it was good.
It's like riding a bike.
Again, conflicted.
Yeah.
Because you see moments of there he is. He's going to do it, and then he pulls back.
Yeah.
He relaxes some
And
more.
and we all watched the the practicing and hitting the pads and the working out and all that stuff, and he looked good as shit.
Yeah.
You know,
those 5-second clips, those were deceiving for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm betting on the old man. I'm just saying, like if like what he said, if the stakes were there, if it was winner take all, I think he would have put it down.
I give him a max of 3 rounds. Like enough time for Tyson to get back into the flow, realize a couple of openings, and then just counter. And I mean, 20-somethings, like, we can recover a little quicker. You know, we can take a punch or two. I don't know about from Mike Tyson, but we can take a punch or two. So I give him 3 rounds just based off that.
Yeah, they seem pretty friendly though, which is good. I like that.
Yeah, that was a money deal for sure.
I don't know. At the inauguration, they were both there, and he was on Jake.
Really?
He got up on Jake Paul's shoulders.
On his shoulders?
Yeah. It's like that dude's got to be strong to carry his big ass on his shoulders.
I missed that.
I didn't see that shit.
I saw a video of him getting up. He got up on his shoulders and he lifted him up. And I was like, "What the hell?
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot of weight. That's a big man."
Retired Mike Tyson.
It was Tyson on Jake Paul's shoulders.
I think it was either before or after the inauguration. It was it was all the.
I gotta see this shit.
Yeah, that was a good money deal, and I'm happy for Tyson to have gotten that money.
Holy
that
shit,
Paul
bro.
brings around. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh man, I love it. Good on him, dude.
Like I said, at least they're they're kind of friendly.
I love watching Tyson be happy.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me so
Yeah.
just fills my heart, man.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy.
Oh, who's that?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
there
look at that!
he
Look at
is.
that guy! Look at that young stud.
Yeah, I was looking
Campbell's
at your
ad.
record. I noticed your only losses there were decisions.
Yeah. The only time I ever lose is when I beat myself in camp.
Oh, okay.
That's why we've been so focused in this camp. Is
What do you mean beat yourself in camp?
so if you scroll down, you'll see I lost to a guy named Joey Milano, phenomenal wrestler out in Pennsylvania. That whole fight, there were so many opportunities for submissions and reversals and things like that. But before the fight, I'm eating fruits and berries, no proteins, no carbs, you know. So
yeah.
I go into the fight with wobbly legs.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Why you did that?
Amateur.
Yeah.
Still learning, you know.
Telling you, bro, eat you a whole ass rotisserie chicken before a fight.
This one with Bill Lewis, same thing. Amateur, learning how to cut weight. I sat in a tub and had my wife bring hot water and Epsom salt and dump it on me, which I found out afterwards is the worst way to cut weight.
Yeah.
So I went into that literally through a first punch, and I could
You felt no power.
you know the windows the shut down.
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo. That's how I felt.
Yeah, like you forgot everything.
From round one.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
So the only time I've lost is when I beat myself in camp. So we've just been making sure that this camp is productive every day.
Now
Every
you're
day.
So what do you how much do you have to weigh when you get there, when you weigh in?
So the weigh-ins are 185 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna make it?
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
This weight would be easy for me to make, considering even moving down. We talked about it a little bit last time, like being a weight bully and stuff like that. I'm small in this division. Like, truth be told, I'm a smaller guy in this division, so it's time for me to go down to where I'm more evenly matched in weight or where I'm bigger. You know? I'm just stuck in the middle ground between two divisions right now.
Yeah. Now you're with a different. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but
Talk about it a little bit. Yeah, it's not a big deal. It's,
okay. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's not a big deal.
But you're like with a different camp now, or a different gym, or
Yeah, I'd call it like split. Yeah,
an extra gym.
Extra gym, yeah. So I started training at Gracie Bar at Jax, and those guys are phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal, high level guys. I mean, you talk about changing. I mean, not even changing. They're allowing me to be myself as a fighter, allowing me to be the fighter that I am, but improving my technique, improving my speed, my cardio. Like every fight that I've had, from Raymond Pale to Bill Lewis, Fred Carter, Travis Williams, Stuart Maddox, Joey Milano, every fight I've looked different. I'm gonna surprise people with this one. Like,
really,
you're gonna be like, holy crap.
That's the. I mean, I guess when I'm not a fighter. You know, I did some taekwondo when I was a kid. You know, I got to like green belt or some shit. But I'm just not I'm not a fighter, and I'm not very disciplined. But I always wonder what it takes to like. I mean, because you know, you're always learning. You're always learning.
100%.
There's always something to learn, a new technique or whatever. But how do you keep leveling yourself up?
Retaining it.
Yeah, retaining it is big. You know, not just learning the technique on the day and then throwing it back out the window. You know, it's like a couple of days ago we were learning this move in the clinch, and so we get into the clinch. You gotta kind of work to get to this position, but once you get to this position, well, now you have this myriad of moves that open up.
Right.
Well, if every time I clinch, I never go look for that position, then I'll never have the possibilities that open up from said position.
Right.
So every time I'm clinching, I'm looking for that position until it becomes second nature.
Right.
Once it becomes second nature,
you'll just feel it slipping in.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like that. You just every time they bring a new technique to me, I'm actively thinking on that day when I go to practice or to spar or whatever it may be. Hey, I've actually got a little notebook. I'll open up the notebook and say, these 3 things I'm going to focus on today.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, I'm looking for these 3 things. And that's just how I keep improving, keep moving forward. And then just being surrounded by people that want the same thing that I want. You know?
Right.
These guys aren't here for fitness. These guys aren't here for, self-protection or anything like self-defense or anything like that. Like, they're here to make it in the big leagues.
Right.
So being around them, even just being in their space and seeing how they communicate and how they train, I'm leveling up, surely.
No, that's good, man. Yeah. I mean, it's always good to see. You don't want to become stagnant.
Never.
You know.
Yeah.
I imagine it's easy to do after a while, but and I think I asked you this last time. Like, on your road to the MMA, to like, you know, the big bright lights and whatever,
mm-hmm.
you know, do you ever worry like time? You know, like when I say time is running out, I don't mean because you're getting old, because you're still a young man. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I've seen, you just showed me some shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, you showed me some sparring, and that's where it worries me. Like when you're throwing hands with each other in sparring sessions, and it's like, you know, because there's damage happening.
Yeah, every time you get hit, you lose a little bit.
And you hear stories about guys that got really bad hurt training and sparring, and they lost a match because of it.
Gym champions, yeah. There's a piece of it. That's a piece of it for sure.
Yeah.
You know, you're going in the gym hard sparring every day, and every time you take a shot to a head, that's a shot you could have saved for the match.
Right.
You know, so that is valid. I think the way we do it is we just try to limit 2 ways we do it. As a gym, we limit the amount of times that we have those hard sparring days. Mm-hmm. Every day is not banging on each other's head at all. But then when we do have those days where, hey, it's time to go, we as teammates understand
where you're at,
where we're at, what shots to throw with how much power and accuracy. So, for example, if I hit you with a cross and then throw a head kick afterwards, right? If that cross really got you good, I'm going to pull back on that head kick.
Okay.
I'm not going to whip my foot across. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, let's be nice to each other here.
Yeah, you're not trying to kill each other.
I'll rest it on the shoulder or something like that. Hey, I could have got you, but I love you, so
I
didn't do it, you know? If I push you away, again, let's just say a cross just because whatever. If I see the cross and your face is wide open, I could just try to give it all, but I'm just going to speed overpower, just touch you. Just to let you know it was there, you know?
Yeah.
That's how we protect each other. But, I mean, yeah, that is a reality of it is that the sport, you take some damage.
Yeah, that'd be my biggest fear. It's just like that, and I hope you got a long clock. I do. I hope you do, man.
I think with my style, it does help me to elongate that clock. I'm not there for a lot of the stuff.
Right.
You know, that fight with Stewart, I was there for a lot of it because I didn't quite care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the goal is to not be there. You know, instead of I'm teaching my younger guys this now. If I got my hands up, instead of just keeping my feet still and taking the punches to the arms, which still transfer the power to your brain, right? Or taking the hook to the, you know, whatever. Use your feet. Move your feet. Don't be there.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to absorb everything like you're Superman, just move. Get out of the way.
Yeah, that's a lot of, I mean, of course, again, not a fighter. I don't know anything about fighting, but I've watched some matches, and ever since we talked, you know, I've kind of watched a few more, but couldn't tell you who it was. You just turn it on and you just watch. But it's a lot of what I see, and I know it's probably like in the heat of the moment. It's like, you know, to do this stuff, but when you're in there and it's the main event, you know, you're just trying to get through it and win or survive. And so, like, you see people, and when you're standing outside, it's so easy to see, hey, man, he could have used that right leg and moved this way, moved that way. Yeah. If he'd just shifted his weight. what is that Monday morning quarterbacking or some shit like that?
Yeah.
And like I said, I have no expertise in that situation, but I imagine that would be something probably I would be focused on if I were a fighter. It would just be all like defense, like just moving and shit.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, it does take off some time for sure, but that's just a sport, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your like the way you fight has changed a lot? Like, are you standing more, or are you grappling more?
I've always called myself well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize what well-rounded meant.
Okay.
Up until recently.
Yeah,
I'll put it like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I could strike. Yeah, I had jiu-jitsu. I could take you to the ground if I needed to. My wrestling wasn't Joey Milano, you know, but it was decent, I guess. Yeah, talk about well-rounded, you know, like it's different now.
Going where the fight takes you.
Yeah, wherever you want to take it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go there, you know, or actually, I don't want that. You know,
right,
get back up
the
or
fight.
get back down or stay right here, you know.
Yeah, that's
wherever I want it.
Controlling the fight is probably that's the challenge, right? Because you don't want to be just following the flow. You want to get in there and make sure that it's going in your direction.
I want to force you into what my coach Roberto would call a funnel. I want to force you into that funnel, wherever or whatever my funnel is in that moment. I want you to be here. You know, you want to go over there and come back. Stay right here where I want you. You know, that's what we've been working on.
Redirection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, man.
And there's a little bit of mental game in that too. Forget Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. That's what it was. You see Leon, who's supposedly the striker, and Kamaru, who's supposedly the wrestler. Well, Leon goes for a takedown. Why would you do that? You know?
Yeah.
Well, now it's playing into Kamaru's mind of, oh man, he took me down. Oh, he's playing my game better than me.
Yeah.
Let me strike with him.
It wasn't ready for
that's
it.
That's what you wanted, you know? Yeah. Just small examples of stuff like that. Just mental games and keeping the fight where I want it, wherever that may be. Yeah.
I like that. So this fight that's coming up in February, is there a online like a website where we could pull up the card?
We can go to my Instagram. I have it on there.
Okay.
Let me see. Or Combat Night's Instagram, whichever comes up first. We do have a poster on there.
Let's see. Is it on a post right here?
That's it right there in the...
this one?
Just one row below you in the center.
Oh, okay.
Yep, there we go. February 8th in Tallahassee.
Javier Martinez.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys aren't going to be the only fight that night.
No, there's a full card.
Yeah, that's why I was going to see if we could pull up the card.
Let's see.
Cool thing. So they haven't released a full card yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They've just been releasing it post by post. Kind of just
what is it?
Previews like this.
So is it fight?
What is Shark Lounge Tallahassee? Where is that? Sharky's Lounge.
So they're putting it on.
That's just the place.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, if you click Combat Night MMA.
Where's it at?
Just that profile that posted this.
Top right there.
So I don't use Instagram that much.
Nah, it's all good. If you just scroll down a little bit, any of this with that kind of pile up of warriors in the background, that's going to be the event that I'm at.
Okay. So they're slowly kind of getting it out there.
Yeah, just slowly. But they actually have an event right now going on. I'm pretty sure they were live earlier, but they've got an event going on right now. So they're still just promoting ours.
Nice.
Up until the next one's over.
Cool.
Yeah, hit that event
go through here. Yeah.
Yep. And I've got tickets and all that stuff on my Instagram as well. People have been asking me, by the way, for the pay-per-view link. It's not out yet. So you guys are looking for the pay-per-view link. Don't buy the physical tickets. Just wait for February 8th.
Yeah, right here.
Yep, that's it there.
Take it. Yeah. What the hell?
What the hell?
Some booty put it in on. Oh, there it is.
Cool. Heck yeah, man.
So there, if you guys want to either go to the fight, if you're in Tallahassee on February 8th, this is the link here. Go to eventnight.com /events/combat night pro. But it should take you there. So, and I'll post all that stuff in the details too in the description.
The best way to support me on it is the link that I have in my Instagram.
Okay.
I have like a referral code in there.
Don't go to the one I just told you.
That'll help me out.
Go to Ulysses' page.
I've got the link tree up there in the bio.
Okay.
Click his link tree, and then and then go to that February. Oh, there it is. February 8th.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, sir.
That's for the pay-per-view, right?
So that's the pay-per-view and the tickets. But like I said, pay-per-view link isn't out yet, so don't go buy physical tickets.
Right.
Awesome.
I've had a couple of people text me, hey, should I buy this ticket already? I'm like, no, that's not what you think it is. Just wait.
How do you do pay-per-view is that only I haven't done pay-per-view since I was a kid. Okay. We used to like pay-per-view adult movies. But I don't
HBO after dark.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. HBO After Dark, Skinamax. But I don't even have cable anymore. So it's just is it on a they had an app, or is it on a site, or what?
It's just a site. Just imagine someone was doing a private Instagram live.
Okay.
And you just had to pay for it.
Because I would love to be able to. What day is that? February 8th.
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Oh, I'll probably be doing a podcast. What time?
It's 5 to 10.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I might.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll make it.
Shit,
I'm gonna figure it out. Because I'm not going to Tallahassee.
We'll
I would love to be there live with you.
I don't want to go to Tallahassee, so I feel you.
It ain't that bad. I think it's what is it
2.5?
2.5 hours. It's not terrible, but I mean, yeah, I definitely want to watch this next fight. That's one of my things. I definitely since I know you, I want to support you.
I appreciate it.
If I can, and I'll go through your link and all that good stuff, and I'll make sure that gets to the page as well. What are you thinking, man? You feeling good about it?
I feel great about it, honestly. This guy, Javier Martinez, he was double champ, so that's pretty big in MMA to be a champion in 2 weight divisions. He was a champion in heavyweight and light heavyweight.
I was going to say, he kind of looks like a bigger fella.
Yeah, he's a big boy. So heavyweight, light heavyweight, walking around with 2 belts on his shoulders, and is now coming down to middleweight looking for that 3rd belt.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna let you get it. It's not happening. Not on me.
Not on your watch.
If you could have done it with somebody else, oh man, I'd be your biggest fan.
Right.
But unfortunately, I'm standing in between you and that belt, and I don't want you to have it. So, I mean, a phenomenal fighter, a dog, real dog. I've seen him take some big shots from heavyweight guys and just.
When you say dog, what do you mean?
When I say dog, I mean
because that in my brain that could go a bunch of different ways.
When I say dog, what am I trying to say? Because that's my.
That's your mentality.
Was it Gen Z? I was born in '99.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I guess.
Whatever. New age.
Yeah.
Bingo.
I'm definitely Gen X, I guess.
So by dog, I mean he's one of those guys that'll take a shot and it'll hurt him, and he'll put his fist up and just walk right back at you.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll still try to walk you down.
Yeah, he's still trying to walk you down. You know?
Got you.
I mean, you can see it on his face. Oh, that hurt. That rocked him.
It's like Nate Diaz.
Whatever. Puts his hands back on his chin and comes back for you. Whatever you give to him, he's trying to give it back.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to put it other than dog.
No, I get it. I get it now. But I mean, it could be a dog. He could mean he's an a-hole. It could mean.
No. And actually, genuinely a cool guy.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy because I'm able to fight someone that's a good dude.
Yeah.
The last one, or I guess the last one was Joey. Joey was just young. It didn't bother me. He was doing a lot of yapping, but that didn't bother me. The one before him, didn't quite like that guy. The one before him, he left for McDonald's and missed out on our.
Oh, is that the McDonald's one?
Yeah.
I remember you said you brought it back up. We showed that on the last one.
And then Fred, Bill, and Raymond were all cool guys. I mean, Raymond, I talked to him a decent amount of time. Bill and I talk to each other pretty much every time one of us fights. So I started off with 3 guys that I enjoyed being around, then had 3 that I was like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? And now I'm getting back to.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. You're going to get those guys that are trying to showboat, and everybody wants to be that guy. Well,
Joey taught me something actually. Sometimes these guys are talking crazy, not to make you upset, not to get in your head.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to build themselves up.
Well, it's also for the cameras.
And for the cameras. But I don't think he's that good at promotion yet. I think he was just trying to build himself up.
Yeah, I know we talked about last time too, like the weigh-ins, and my chair keeps sliding down. Sorry, the weigh-ins, and like how people do one thing and then they do a whole nother. They talk a lot of shit and then they get beat up. Like I would never want that to be me.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to see, and it's for the cameras because they'll be like pushing each other's face and looking real mean at each other. Then as soon as they're like, okay, we're done, they're like, hugs and like, all right, man, I'll see you on Friday, or whatever. So it's like, I mean, when people know that, like, why are you still doing it?
Well, that's kind of the thing with the cross sword, heart cross sword. That's all over my social media. It's that love amongst the violence type of deal. I'll get in the cage with someone and we'll try to knock each other heads off. And then the moment that the fight is over, hey man, that was great. Good on you. Oh, that shot was hard. You know? Hey coaches, thank you for training your guy to whip my ass. Like it's all love. So that is a big thing. But then I don't know.
I mean, there's definitely a psychological aspect to fighting, and it's not just when you're in the cage. It's training to weigh-ins to the cage to the end, to walking out. And what are you going to do when you leave?
Yeah. Something that people don't think about is after the fight.
Yeah. Well, that was where my brain went. Like, what do you, how do you take a loss? How do you take a win? What do you think about when you're done?
Honestly, after my loss to Joey, I went right back to training, felt fine, whatever. I was actually trying to book another fight directly after that one. It didn't happen, obviously, but tried to. Went straight back to training, felt fine, whatever. I looked at what I did wrong, what I could have improved on, and then just kept it moving. I mean, I'm an amateur. That's what amateurs is for, to learn. Didn't get beat up at all, so felt fine. But my win versus Stewart, actually, the win I had versus Stewart, I felt weird about it. Can't quite put a word on it, but I felt weird about it. I didn't quite. I was happy I won, but I didn't quite like it. I don't know.
Wasn't the way you wanted to win. Wasn't what you pictured in your brain.
He was gonna go to sleep that night, regardless. He was gonna go to sleep, but it was just
something felt off.
Something felt off.
Like in a bad way, or like
I just didn't like it. Something felt off.
Did you talk to him about it afterwards?
No, I've seen him afterwards, and it's fine or whatever. But
I wonder if he felt the same way.
I think it was the emotions I had during that fight, or emotions that I don't want to have anymore. So
is that what we're talking about? That ego?
Partial. So I used to be a angry kid.
Yeah,
right? But I was never a bully.
Right.
Never been a bully. You could bully me all day and night, and I'd let you slide. You bully my friend over there, and now it's on. It's on and popping. You know what I mean? That was me tapping into that bully. And I don't know how I like that.
How'd that happen? I mean, because something had to stimulate that. Something had to bring that about.
Yeah, Stewart's not a great guy.
Okay,
I'll go that. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. So I dug into that bully aspect. Also, let's not forget, this guy's a black belt. This guy's a black belt that beats black belts that destroy me. Okay. So, like, competitive Muay Thai fights.
You had to bring
all this stuff. Yeah, this is not going to be a walk in the park of a fight.
Right.
The fact that he grabbed me and put me in a submission and I got away from it is crazy. I mean, this is the black belt that beats black belts that beat the hell out of me.
Yeah.
So there was a need to be aggressive and to make everything hurt him. But I dug into that bully.
You think it went too far?
I just don't know how I like it. I'm not sure.
You think you took it too far?
I think I just let my emotions get too ahead of me.
Okay.
I'm more of a cerebral type of person, or I like to think that I am. And in that one, I mean, I stood there and took a lot of punches that I didn't have to take because I wanted to.
Well, you know what they tell every anime protagonist is calm down.
Yeah.
Like, don't be so hot-headed and think.
I was hot-headed in that one, for sure. And I think that's all it was. I mean, he was going to go to sleep that night, so I was happy with the win. I was happy with the way that I won. I was happy with the finish. I was happy with the pictures afterwards. I was happy with the post.
Internal.
I just didn't like that I dug into that bully. I don't think.
Headspace.
Yeah.
Hey, man. I mean,
like to smile. I wasn't smiling that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. You're human. What are you going to do? It happens to all of us. We all have good moments, bad moments, and pardon the pun, you just roll with the punches. Yep.
Valid.
I don't know why, but I bringing up anime, I was thinking about, because I know you're an anime nerd like I am, and I've been watching. Have you seen Black Clover?
Not yet. It's on the list.
Dude, I've been binging anime. I've gone through probably like 80% of Crunchyroll's library.
Nice.
Everything that's dubbed, I don't give a. Y'all
I'm
can,
not watching
they,
sub. Yeah.
People can drag me. I don't care.
I'm too busy for all that.
Yeah, I ain't got time. And then of course, if it's like there's like 4 episodes left and they're still not dubbed, that's so aggravating.
Yeah.
I'll wait. I'll wait too. I'm not gonna watch. I mean, I got all like 1,079 episodes of One Piece, and then it stopped. They haven't dubbed anything past. I think what is it, Wano? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah,
it's too much for me,
dude. I watched all of that, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I mean, there's a shitload of episodes ready. But yeah, anyways, I was watching. I've been watching a lot of Black Clover. I don't even know why. I just turned it on. My girl and I were like, "This looks pretty good. Let's turn," and we are hooked.
Nice.
In it. It's good. And and I don't know why, but every time I watch it, I think of you, because his thing is every fight he'll be getting his ass handed to him. The main character is Asta, and or one of the main characters. He's the main character, but he no matter how badly he gets beat, his thing is I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
He'll keep saying, I'm not done. He'll be knocked out. And they're like walking away. They're like, well, and
that sounds like a character I like.
Not done yet.
I like that.
And then he always, how they do, they get their ass beat down. Rocky, they get beat up and then they come back.
Rocky's one of my favorite movies ever. That honestly, I'll call it first, second, third. Some of my favorite movies ever because of that same reason. Deku from My Hero Academia, as much as a crybaby as Deku is, same thing. Love him for that reason. Rock Lee. Right, Rock Lee's fighting people with magical powers.
Right,
he's like hands.
He's just strong.
Like, you know what I mean? Love it. Yeah.
Mashal, have you seen that?
Mashal?
Yeah,
never heard of it.
Muscles and Magic. It's like Harry. I've said this probably 15 times on this podcast. It's like Harry Potter, but if Harry Potter didn't have any magic, he was just super strong, like super strong, like ridiculously strong. And he's going to a magic school. He's got no magic, but he beats everybody's ass.
You got a pen and paper over there, bro? Hold on,
dude. I'll give you a list, bro. I will give you a list. I'll just go down my Crunchyroll and let you just. But like, I mean, that is a really good series.
Magic and Muscles.
Yeah, it's called Mashal.
Got you.
Magic and Muscle. Yeah, but
got it.
Screenshot it. It's a little silly, but it's good animation. It's got a cool storyline, and it's a little silly because everybody's magic and he's the only one that's not. But
sometimes you need to laugh. I'm good with that.
You'll know what I'm talking about when you get to the part where he has to fly a broom and he has no magic.
Okay, you really mean Harry Potter? Okay,
yeah, and he flies it. I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. So he moves his legs so fast that he flies.
What the hell?
That I'm just like, I said no. Fuck he did not. Anyways,
I love it.
You still partnering with Nakama?
Yeah.
Okay,
we haven't been up there a few days ago.
I haven't been up there since before the last time you and I talked. I want to.
Oh man, it's been great.
Yeah, it looks like it's popping.
Plenty of good raves. I was actually there. I said a few days ago, but I was actually there yesterday.
Too old to
rave. It's not super ravey. It's like a party.
It's not Burning Man.
It's not Burning Man.
Yeah.
No. It's just it's a party. It's a party.
Yeah, no.
But I was there yesterday, and they were playing Pokemon card game. I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. Sorry.
Yeah.
But they were playing a Pokemon card game, and it's just table after table after table of guys enjoying their game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the other side, there's people watching Markiplier on the TV. If you
know
Oh,
yeah.
Markiplier on the TV. Other people are drinking in their group. Like, I love Nakama, man. I love it. It's such a vibe, and you can go in there and find 4 different groups of people doing what they want to do.
I just wish it was.
Awesome.
I wish they had a bigger place.
Yeah. That's
my one complaint. Like
what a complaint to have though, right? He's like, I wish you could do this more.
Yeah. It's like I said, the way the place is decorated, the way they do things, their staff has always been really cool.
Staff's awesome.
I don't drink, but I go with her and like we go up and I'll sit at the bar, and I'm just like hanging out. And the girls behind the bar, they see that I'm not drinking. They'll come and talk to me a little bit.
Try their mocktails.
Oh, they got mocktails?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Sometimes I just need to get out of the house.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much going home training. I'm
We're
not even
about
working
that
right now. Like, I'm just working and training. Or I'm not working. I'm just going home and training. So sometimes I just want to get out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go over there and I'm not going to say their names on camera, but
Yeah.
hey, can I get a mocktail? Yeah. Oh, you're in camp? Yep.
Well, if they would have answered me on Instagram, they would have had their own podcast with me. But it's fine.
You know what? We talked about that last time, and I forgot to text him. Hold on, I got you right now. I got you right now.
No, I'd love to have just a representative or anybody come in and just talk about, because it is such a cool place.
Where's my phone? Okay.
Don't worry about it right now.
I got you. I just put a note in my phone.
Okay.
I got you. I'll make sure that I talk to him about it.
Or
have him reach out or whatever.
And your mind space is important when you're fighting, man. But clearing your thoughts. And honestly, like the last, I've been bugging you about going for a ride. He just got his bike fixed.
Yeah.
So I've been like hitting him up. He's like, yeah, I just got my bike fixed. Let's go for a ride. He goes, man, I've been riding to work or, whatever and everywhere.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I ride my bike when it's nice, and when I say nice, if it's 50 degrees or above, I ride my bike.
50 I can deal with.
Yeah, I can't go. When it goes below 50, we're not going.
Man, when that first cold front came through, it was like 30-something degrees outside.
Yeah.
I'm on that bike just
shivering.
But I got to go to the gym today.
Yeah.
And I got to be there at 12, so I'm just making it work.
I bundled up and I got these wool gauntlet gloves, and
I need something like
that.
You
do.
Yeah.
Definitely. Amazon, dude. Just get some cheap ones. They work fine. I mean, I've had these for probably 3 years, and they're the leather. It's not real leather. It's like that fucking sheepskin or whatever it is, pleather. But the wool on the inside or cotton or whatever it is, it's so thick you can almost not grip your bars, but you're not feeling no cold on your hands.
I need that.
Yeah.
The gloves I have right now are supposed to be winter cruising gloves. The thread on the fingertips, the wind comes through.
Oh.
So like the palm, the back of the hand, you're fine. But the wind comes through the fingertip threads, and so now your fingertips are frozen 2 minutes into the ride.
On TikTok, they got the TikTok shops.
Mm-hmm.
They've got these heated gloves that are waterproof. And
I'm scared to try those.
I'm scared too, but if they're cheap enough, I'll buy them. What do you? I mean, even if it brands my hand, you know what I mean? I told my daughter, I was like, because joking with her, it was supposed to be 30 degrees or some shit. And I was like, yeah, I'll just ride my bike. And she's like, don't you dare. It was the day that they had that big storm that was supposedly come through that they named the hurricane. It's not a hurricane, but they named it. God, what did they do? Enzo. Yeah. You're going to name a snowstorm that we didn't even get.
Jacksonville always seems to just barely escape the storms and the hurricanes, and we always just skate on by.
Which
somehow.
is why, as a Floridian, and I grew up here, and when people freak out, and I'm just like, I'm good.
We actually, the last big hurricane or whatever, we actually went to visit my mom in Georgia to get out of the state just in case, and came back home and everything was perfectly fine. I was dude, I just spent all this money on gas and traveling and feeding babies and
And some places in Jacksonville lose a little power for a couple of days.
That's the most.
That's the max that happens.
I've been here 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen anything yet major. And knock on
knock
that
on
wood.
Yeah, if you're superstitious, knock on the wood.
Yeah,
but
sorry, I don't mean to butt in. There's a science behind why Jacksonville doesn't get hit too much. It's a lot of the big
Florida
hurricanes. Yeah, Florida man's out there shaking his red hair, waving his flag. Hold on, let me type in that.
There's some guys out there that'll fight the hurricane off.
Now, if you look at Florida, most of the storms, they come from south to north. So when you have that bend, God, if I could just get a good picture of it.
He's breaking it down like science and shit.
Oh yeah, I'm always real interested in this shit. God dang it, fuck this thing.
You're still on Google.
I know. I don't know why it.
Just scroll down, maybe. I think the ads just got in the way of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so most come from south to north right here. So the reason that we don't get hit is because even if it come out here, it grazes us and it usually curls back up. So the most safest part of Florida to be in for hurricanes is literally this stretch right here.
At the top of that curve.
Yeah, because they never come straight this way. The majority of the time they come south to north like that by the time they get over here.
That map looks like a 8-year-old drew it.
Yeah, I always wondered the same thing too.
But I mean, It is. It's Florida, bro.
Yeah,
it's whatever.
It's Florida man and his magic.
It is, but we still got to go for a ride.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I don't care that you're tired of riding, man.
So let me tell you about that. So yeah, I was tired of riding at that time because it's cold as shit. But I needed to replace my front tire.
Yeah,
that front tire was the original tire on my bike. My bike's a 2016.
Yeah,
it's 2025.
It's
right?
time.
Yeah, dry ride.
So
them shits are not
like
cheap, dude.
No,
bike tires are expensive.
You got to imagine I'm not working right now.
Yeah.
Training, whatever. Had to buy that bike tire. So I buy the bike tire. Everything's good. Then my exhaust starts falling off.
What?
Yeah. So I take it to the shop, and the guy actually fixed it for free for me. So
dope.
Shout out to I'm gonna look you up real quick so I can shout you out. So the exhaust started coming off, and then the shifter actually, like, I don't even know how I didn't drop my bike at all, but I went and looked one day, and my shifter was like hanging off to the side, like well off to the left. Just all types of craziness. I wrecked it once before.
Yeah,
so
I remember we talked about the wreck the last time you were here.
So now I'm just starting to see some of the little things popping up.
Yeah.
You know, that, I mean, you can inspect your bike all day and night, but unless you're looking at every little screw and bolt, you know. So as things break, I'm fixing them again.
Yeah, it could get cumbersome for sure. Now I you know, and with the TikTok on and off and then back on again.
Oh man.
You know, even before that, I was on like Bike Talk. So like, you know, you get all these like bikers, all these motorcycle riders and their pages and everything, and most of them are like the sport bike pages, and which I love to see because they're just cooler. You know, they look like they have more fun than cruisers, because like guys on cruisers, they don't like stop at red lights and get off their bike and dance around and like go squirt each other with water. Yeah, no one does that. We don't do that.
No.
You know, which I'm sad about. I'd love to change that, but it just seems like the sport bike people, the content creators, are just cooler than us.
They do have more fun than us for sure. I mean, I always wanted to get one of those big sticks with the 360 on the side. Yeah. But can you imagine how weird that would look on my cruiser?
Yeah,
like,
it'd look a little weird.
It doesn't fit the aesthetic, you know.
You'd have to just put it on the handlebar or something and do it that way.
You know, I put it on the like mid frame of the bike, just kind of sticking out to the side.
Okay.
But then rocks and stuff started hitting the lenses. So, and luckily for me, I have the protective cover, but it did start hitting the lenses, so now I got to find a new spot.
I didn't even think about that because I was looking at buying one of those too.
I enjoy it. It's cool to have. I got it on a loop mode, so it loops for 30 minutes. So just in case anything happens, I have video recording. 360. But I think the stick is better, even though it takes away from the aesthetic. I think it's better. Yeah, for sure.
100%. I mean,
and shout out to Garage Zero. That's
Garage Zero. Where are they at?
I gotta look again. Garage Zero, Jacksonville, Florida. 5800 France Avenue in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
Garage Zero. Great guy out there. Seriously, he's a good dude.
That sounds like he hooked you up. I mean,
oh, definitely gave me a good price, and then even helped me out with the exhaust, where he could have charged me and just didn't. You know. So that was big for me. I mean,
there's a lot of those guys that have like expertise, and they like, okay, I can fix that for quick.
For me, it's such a big deal, and he's like, dude, that's scrap metal. You know.
Right.
I got that hanging somewhere in the back. I was gonna say, when it comes to the community, helping community, that's huge for me. So like, just any small favors, to me means so much more than I think the average person, you know, because you don't have to go out of your way, you choose to. So yeah, shout out to Garage Zero. Yeah,
that's cool. Good, man. No, that is awesome. I can't remember the name of the place I took my bike to get my tires, but like, Jesus, that place. I mean, it's not the place; it's the tires. They charge me for the tires. Yeah. Plus, I have spokes. Apparently, that makes it more difficult to change the tire. There's no, or is there? No, there is an inner tube. There is an inner tube. Yeah. So that, you know, you had to pay for that. I mean, it cost me it was like almost $700 for 2 tires. Dang. Yeah. Like, I mean, you could get all 4 car tires for like $400.
Right.
I was like, shit. And I got them tires. I was like, I want a lot of tread, and they were like, okay, and they just put like, you know, cruising tread on it or whatever. But I'm gonna wear that shit out because I literally ride my bike like probably I'd say like 80% of the time I go to work. You know, when it's nice, if it's not raining, if it's not freezing, I'll ride.
Honestly, the rain won't even push me away. It's that cold.
No, fuck rain.
I hate that cold.
I'm too old for rain, bro. I've done it before. When she didn't have a car, and she's like, "Hey, I need the car tomorrow. I'm like, all right. It's supposed to be raining. So I mean I got a rain suit and all that shit, but like I didn't have like the booties, so my shoes got soaked.
My feet get I bring socks. I have to,
So you had to bring a change of shoes and a change of socks.
Change of shoes, yep. Even with my boots, the water comes on through.
Yeah.
When you're going 60, 70 down and the water just finds crevices.
Have you seen they got a thing now?
Oh, the windshield wiper.
There's a windshield wiper.
Yeah, I've seen that on the helmet. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
I love the little goofy devices that we can find with motorcycles.
I know. I think I would feel stupid riding around with it.
Very.
But also, when it was raining, I'd be like,
right.
Now you look stupid going like this. I had a cop one time. It was raining on my way home from work. And we were stopped at, I just got off the Buttman, and I got off on 17, and we were waiting at the red light, and he was right behind me, and it started raining halfway across the Buttman. It's like right at the hump. Mm-hmm. And I get over, and we're at the red light, and I'm doing this, like, and I look in my mirror, and he's laughing his ass off behind me. I'm like, I wanted to flick him off so bad.
Back when I had saddlebags, I just kept Rain-X in the bag.
Oh, okay.
All the time. I had, like, some things that I would never leave the house without, certain tools and stuff like that. Rain-X was in that bag all the time.
Microfiber.
Before I ran out, I would go make sure I got some more Rain-X.
I just think we just need to make some gloves with a little squeegee like that bends with your finger.
Shh. That's a multi-million-dollar deal.
I know.
Right now.
I know. I shouldn't have said
Oh,
nothing.
man. Oh, dude.
Hey, pause that. No.
You about to make some. Hey.
Well, I've been thinking about it, but I'm like, how do you do it? I'm sure I could figure it out eventually, but just patent that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
because when you're riding, you could just go and be done.
That's the type of stuff you see on Temu that you're like, I don't need it, but I want it so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. This is perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. I would have never thought of this.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but it's there. Somebody
keep that one to yourself.
I'm sure it's already out there.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
All
That's
right.
good. That's a good
All
one.
Right. Well, I got to go to the Shark Tank. Damn, we got way off of fighting. But that but that's okay. That's how we do.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see, what time is it? Make sure we're done. Okay, we got about 30 minutes before we cut it. We have a hard out at 6. He's got a split. So, but yeah, anything else coming up that you want to talk about, man?
Honestly, man, this is the first thing that I've done outside of training. I've just been super duper focused, super duper concentrated. Just, I've let nothing else get in the way of my training. Even today, I went to training first.
Right.
Had a little downtime, made sure I ate and things like that, and then came here. Otherwise, I'd be feet up, iced somewhere on my body, and relaxing. So I don't have much going on right now outside of the fight. As far as any promoting or anything like that, I am making T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I've got T-shirts coming up. I am looking for sponsors.
Hello, anyone? Sponsors?
So I am looking for sponsors to put on the back of the T-shirt, but the T-shirt I'll be selling to to the fans and stuff like that. And the customers, I'm going to put them all in a raffle. So whoever buys a T-shirt, I'll put them in a raffle for a prize that we haven't quite figured out yet.
Right.
Some things are more expensive that I would like to give to my fans.
Right.
But again, I'm not working.
Right.
So,
but you have Nakama. Maybe they'll help you with something.
Oh yeah, yeah. The sponsors that I do have right now are being super helpful with coming up with.
How does one become a sponsor?
We literally just chatted out. There's no contracts or anything like that yet. So as of right now, DM me on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah.
And you said you're selling space on the back of the T-shirt.
Yeah, selling space on the back of the T-shirt right now. Prices are super negotiable, honestly. Yes, I'm not working, and yeah, money's cool.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm more so looking for connections, to be honest with you.
It's probably smart.
Yeah, the money will come.
Oh, yeah.
That's inevitable. The money will come. I'm looking for those connections to build with people. As I get bigger and as I grow, I want somebody who's willing to build and grow with me.
Yeah.
And we can make our money together.
No, that's good. I only ask because I'm curious about, maybe see if I can help you out there.
Yeah, we can chat for sure.
I always like partnering with people. I meant so much to get over there this week and come to a workout session with you before this podcast because I wanted to I've been, since the last time we talked, I've been wanting to come out there. But I just like you, I get busy and I just wrapped up in my own shit. And it's
trust,
just,
I understand.
But I still want to come out and I still want to do almost like a what do you call it? Not like a hit piece, but just like a I want it to look more documentary style, but I want to be able to do some creative shit with like, the way I like to do my filming and all that and photography. But I would really be interested in coming out when you're doing either a sparring session or even it's just a workout.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you're going to be working up a sweat. For some reason, sweat in the lights and black and white photos, that's where my brain goes. But I have all these ideas, and I have not had the I don't know, man, the will to get my ass off the couch. And I think it's because I've been on Crunchyroll so much.
Yeah.
I am so addicted to fucking anime right now. It's ridiculous.
I'm not mad at you.
I got about 6 of them I'm juggling right now. So, but yeah.
No, we can definitely do that. Just hit me up with some times and stuff, and I can, talk to my coaches and schedule it out. Make sure that it's a day where the gym's not packed full of people, and we can get that done.
I was gonna ask you if you wanted to bring one of your coaches, but it was too late when I realized it would be kind of cool to have that, that element. You can bring your coach in, we can sit.
Oh, for the pod.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time.
Next time.
Okay,
next
so
time,
we'll do it after the fight.
Yeah.
We'll do. We'll schedule it like. It doesn't have to be right after, but we'll schedule it maybe a couple months after the fight, so you can really have time to like assess it, decompress it, and then and then also it'll give you time to talk to your coach and see if they want to come in and sit down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to sit down and talk to. Like I said, I don't know much about the fighting. What I do know, I pretty much learned from you.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Joe Rogan's podcast. That's about it.
Honestly, the fight game isn't super complicated, man. It's the people that make it complicated. I mean, people are complicated.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at the fight game, I mean, I guess it depends on what aspect you're looking at it. So you can look at it for technique, or you can look at it, which the UFC is great at this, the storyline of it all. The UFC is really good at making storylines. I mean, a guy who has no personality, barely talks on the mic, his whole backstory.
Right.
The UFC is great at that, and I'm trying to get better at that. So again, my original point, you don't have to know the fight games sometimes. It's the storyline that really creates the allure of it sometimes. Some people don't even like the combat. They just want to argue about who their favorite fighter is.
Right. And that could be based off of their, like you said, their backstory or
personality,
their stats or whatever.
I mean, and we mentioned this last time, but how could you not? Conor McGregor, as far as personality goes, like just loud, braggadocious, whatever, sells tickets. But
that don't always work out for you though, does it?
Oh, you got to be able to fight it out too. But
Conor got beat down, didn't he?
But that was cool though.
Conor leg bad.
When Conor first started though, and he was doing all that yapping. Yeah, he was also
he backed
winning.
It up. He
was also winning. But the UFC just made him and he helped a lot, obviously. But he
was a good draw.
Him a great storyline. Yeah.
Well, they become like HBO for fights. Yeah. It's like where that's the main event. That's the main card.
People don't even. These guys at my bar, they were patrons at a bar that I work at, and somehow someone told them that I'm an MMA fighter. So they walk up to me, and the guy goes, "You do UFC?" And
you do UFC?
And then I realized how often I hear stuff like that, and that just goes to show like the UFC is really leading the charge in this, by far. They create these storylines like crazy. Yeah. You bought pay-per-views?
Oh, yeah, I buy pay-per-views all the time.
Brother,
dude.
I got a link for you.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it helps.
Sorry, Dana. I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Hey, you might have just blacklisted yourself.
There was a video of Khabib Nurmagomedov. He's in the building watching it on a link instead of like the pay-per-view or even just looking at the cage.
Oh, Jesus. That's hilarious. Oh, my God. That's crazy. He's actively.
He's in the building.
Oh, it's frustrating, I'm sure.
I have Russian link, brother.
Yeah, I don't want none of them Russian links.
Oh, man.
Trust me, they got enough of them out there. There's enough Russian trolls online right now.
Seriously. Yeah.
How you feel about the way of the world right now, man?
I have been avoiding it.
The conversation or
all of it.
Just anything all together.
All of it. I mean,
It seems like a pretty good conversation to avoid. but
there's just so much nuance to it, and people take it so personally. Whereas, like, I don't take these things personally. Whoever the president may be, whoever, whatever policy, whatever, these things do affect us, obviously.
Sure.
But I don't take it personally when it doesn't go my way. I have a hard time having conversations with people that take it personal.
Right.
Sometimes I'd like to talk about the difference between this policy and that policy and which one's better for the group or whatever. And then you're like, but
yeah,
like,
that whataboutism. Yeah.
Well, what about? Yeah, no, that's
what
not
about,
good. I think that's, and I think that if more people could just have like an honest conversation, it would be less tribalistic, and just
it's just real tribalistic. Yeah, it's always me versus yours.
Yeah, I'm just a human. And I like some policies over here. I like some shit you're saying over here. I'm not really one or the other.
I was just thinking about that this morning. Where I would put myself on a political scale, and I couldn't quite.
So you're politically homeless.
Politically homeless.
That's the new term.
Yeah, politically homeless. I like what y'all talking about over here, but that's weird. And I like what you saying over here, but y'all are weird. So like, and then in the middle ground, what are y'all even talking about? So I'm gonna just just be over here.
I feel the same. I feel like it was best put. I believe in lesbians should be able to guard their marijuana crops naked with guns. You know what I mean? It's like that's where I fucking lie.
Yeah,
it's fairly interesting.
I'm more so on the point of let people do what they do as long as it's not harming anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't want to get us in trouble with YouTube, but
that don't matter. Whatever. If you say something that gets us in trouble with YouTube, I'll go back and cut it and re-upload it.
Okay. Say it.
So this guy, I saw it on Facebook yesterday. He's in the Navy, and he got in trouble. He paid a lady $40 for some axe. Okay, so
some
axe, like fellatio.
Yeah.
Some axe. Okay.
ACTS.
I didn't know if you were talking about Axe deodorant.
No. So he pays the lady $40, right? That turns out it was a sting.
It's a pretty good price.
So
that's how you know it's a sting.
Yeah, why so cheap?
Unless you're in Argyle.
No.
I don't know the money line on butt.
I'm an old man. I hear things.
But so he gives the lady $40, and it turns out it was a sting the whole time. So he gets charged by the military and all that stuff, And I was in the comments, and I was like, I don't see the problem. Let the guy pay the lady $40,
Yeah.
I'd much rather him go do that than to be looking at my daughter crazy or looking at my wife crazy, or
he could be doing a lot of other shit.
He could be doing so much worse.
Standing in the mall, harassing women.
You get what I mean? Like, again, I work at a bar. I'm security at a bar, and I see these guys every night. I see the guys, and I mean, it's not just men either. Let me.
Oh no,
some of these chicks are wild.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I've seen these guys a lot, and I'm like, I got to keep my eye on you all night now.
Yeah, one of the girls we had, not to cut you off, but she was on the show. The author, I'm drawing a blank on her. Anyways, I followed her on X, and she had posted a video, and I was shocked. My jaw hit the ground. She was at the Avenues Mall. Pulled into the parking lot, into the space, and I guess she was doing a snap or something. She was on Snapchat or something, but she was filming, and then she looked over and then turned the phone because this dude was in the Avenues parking lot, broad daylight, just
choking his chicken.
Changing gears. He was working beating his meat. He, in the parking lot during the broad daylight, and he saw her recording him, didn't stop. I can't remember if she's. I don't think I talked to her. I made a comment. I was like, "Holy shit, are you fucking kidding me?" And but then I don't think we talked about it further than that. But I was surprised and I was shocked, and then I started thinking about all the families and moms and daughters and I know when my kids were little, 16 or whatever, they were 16, they were little, but they were like, I'm grown, and they wanted to go to the mall and they get dropped off, and we did.
That was my first thought. The kids out at the mall hanging out,
just walking around, and this dude's in there just packing his heat. That's so annoying.
I've been to countries where it is legal, and I don't know stat for stat, but I would imagine that some of the issues that we have
much less
would be less.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that for sure either because
I don't know the stats on it, but I would imagine so.
We got Patty; he could look it up, but that's
What do you mean by what is legal? Are you talking about like pedophilia or
No,
something?
no. Prostitution.
I get rid of those
prostitution.
guys.
Yeah.
Countries where prostitution is legal, it's.
I've been in countries where pedophilia is illegal.
Ooh, that's
Afghanistan.
Gross. Oh wait,
Yikes.
Yeah, bro, that
That's a
shit is
different
just
world.
so fucking crazy, man.
That's not just a different country. That's a different world.
You think you can go to that part of the world and change minds and win love? No, good luck with that. They're still in the Stone Age.
No, but what you said, like George Carlin said it best. He said, "Selling is legal, fucking is legal. Why isn't selling fucking legal?" You know.
Somebody actually, when I posted that comment saying that, I'd much rather this guy go pay for it than be bothering my wife or kids, right?
Right.
Someone said, well, if you pay $40 for dinner, it's no longer prostitution. Now it's just two people having sex.
Right.
And I was like, that's a great point.
Sure.
Wow. You can pay $40. I can give you 40, or I can just give the waiter 40.
Yeah.
It's the same thing after.
I could pay a girl or a guy $40 to rub my feet for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But if they go anywhere north of my feet, we have problems.
Got issues.
It's just stupid.
Some things, it's like, I would much rather people just be able to do what they want to do as long as it's not harming anyone else. That is one of the things. I'm glad that marijuana is legal and becoming more legal in other places.
Yeah.
Because that's another one where, like, hey, you're not going to get high and go beat up somebody.
Florida was so close this year.
Yeah, they were close.
Yeah, real close.
We'll get there eventually. I'm not worried about that. That'll come because it's prohibition at its finest.
There's a yeah.
Well,
I'll leave that one alone.
One of the things that I did see that I'm really happy about because I'm in media. I guess I'm in media. But one of the things he did on his first day, one of the first 8 executive acts, was it's something about and this is how little I know. I just saw him. It was something about free speech or freedom of speech. He canceled a bill or something, or I don't know if it was a bill, but something that they had passed in the previous where it was like they were really trying to cancel freedom of speech. And for me, that's huge because I'm on YouTube, I'm on social media, and this is what we do. So when we're just having a conversation. We're not experts. We don't know shit. I don't know shit unless I have a political expert come in here that's nonpartisan, unbiased. Which good luck.
Yeah.
For real. I don't know anything. All I know is what I feel, what I see in the media. Because they only allow what they want you to see. But whenever you start talking about things that doesn't go with the narrative, they want to shut you down.
TikTok got shut down, came back around, and then he started saying certain stuff on TikTok.
Oh, it's
and your
different.
video gets deleted and down.
It's
and
different.
Stuff. Oh, yeah, it got deleted the moment it came back. The moment I read what it said when it came back, I was like, oh, that was propaganda. You're done.
Yeah, it didn't have anything to do with it being a Chinese app.
No, it never did.
Zuckerberg wanted to own it, and if you go into the terms of services, I went. There was on TikTok. There was a dude. He was like, "Check this out." And you go to the terms of service, and you scroll down, and you go, and it literally says, like property of copyright. It had a little copyright thing, property of copyright Facebook and Meta.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
yeah.
They just changed servers. That's why it was down for 12 hours.
I don't like being lied to.
Yeah.
I don't like being manipulated. And regardless of the politics around it. Don't lie to me. Be real with me. If Facebook wants to buy TikTok and you just told me
just say it.
Facebook is going to buy TikTok, I'd probably still have TikTok.
You know why they didn't say it though?
Why is that?
Because politicians have got that guy in their back pocket.
Oh, 100%.
So that's why they didn't.
100. You know what I just thought about? Elon Musk showing his love to the crowd.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
I've looked at it a bunch of times. I've seen a bunch of different content creators, and I try to look at things objectively. I don't automatically snap to judgment. I know he's autistic, like literally.
He's on the spectrum.
He's full on autistic. Yeah. But he, a lot of people were saying that he was stemming, and when you look at what he said, you look at a lot of people, they just like to show right to the point where he does the thing with his hand, and then they stop the video. So if you watch the whole video, he's like, and he was talking about specific people, and he was saying, "Hey, I love you. My heart goes out to you." And then he looked at the flag and did it again. And he's
when he did it again, I lost my mind.
he I could tell he was passionate. And yes, to anybody that didn't know, we've all been watching this dude for years. We've been watching him in interviews. We've seen him on television, numerous things. I mean, he's an odd duck. Okay, and I don't think there's anything in that guy that is Nazi.
I'll say I don't know him personally, and so I won't say whether he's a Nazi or not.
Yeah,
but that was crazy.
It didn't look good.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
it didn't look good. But
you shouldn't have done it the first time.
If you look at all of the other people in politics that have done that throughout the years, there's videos of Obama, of Kamala.
I've seen those videos.
Pelosi. There's a bunch of people.
I've seen those videos, but
and it looked the same.
I don't think so. I think when he did it, it was just like.
I mean, he did it with some high intensity.
Yeah. Like it was
when he bit his lip.
I saw one with Kamala where she did it, but it was like very, hey, whatever. Like it did.
Well, they don't do. I can't say they. This is gonna make me sound like I'm on the right. I was gonna say they don't do a lot of anything with like real enthusiasm, unless they're not winning.
Hold on. That's a good point. Wait a minute. I've never thought about that.
I mean, you look at Democrats over the years and
very like.
They try to be and which is so funny because they used to be the hippies. They used to be the the people that wanted free speech. They wanted to end wars. They this and that, and it's like the two parties switched.
Yeah, they were. That whole party name thing is.
Yeah, I mean they're all eating steak dinners with each other.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't trust
any
of
the same bird.
Yeah, same shitty fucking bird.
Yeah, I don't trust any politician. I do not trust.
But I was gonna say though with the Elon thing, the first one was crazy. And I might have let him slide with the first one just because, you're autistic. You're in the moment, whatever. Maybe you screwed up. Maybe. I'm not saying I believe that it was an accident. I'm not going to say I think he did it on purpose.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it was an accident. I think it was, how did I say it? I told one of my friends it was...
bad optics.
How did I put it? It was accidentally on purpose. On purpose, accidentally.
Well, he is a very smart person.
He's
extremely smart.
I think it was on purpose, accidentally.
Okay.
I think that he has been around those types of people.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know him, so I don't have no idea.
Apartheid South Africa, and his father had a lot of ties to those guys.
Okay.
I'm not saying that he's doing business with him.
Sure.
Again, I don't know Elon Musk personally.
Who the fuck knows?
But I'm pretty sure he's been around him. Hell, I've been around him, and I don't have billions of dollars. You know. So I feel like that was on purpose accidentally, where he did it and then went, oops.
Like a Freudian slip.
There you go. Freudian slip. The first one. The first one I wanted to let it slide. But then because I saw it all over TikTok and all this stuff, or not TikTok, I saw it all over Twitter and stuff, X. And so I went and watched the full video. And then I saw the first one and I was like laughing to myself, that's so crazy. Oh my God. And then he turned around and did it again. And I was like, no, Elon, stop.
Yeah. Well,
don't do it twice.
After the second time, when he turned back around, he goes, my heart goes out to you. I mean, that's the part they cut it off right before he says that.
I think that was just the I messed up. Let me cover it up. So? I think so.
I mean,
I think so.
It just gives us more stuff to talk about.
Hey, as long as he's not speaking the same rhetoric that Hitler fucking spoke.
Let's hope it doesn't go that far. Yeah.
I hope not.
But no, truth be told,
have you guys ever? Sorry to interrupt. But have you ever listened to AI decipher Hitler's speeches?
No.
You should. Just give it a listen.
Oh God! Please tell me you're not siding with that guy.
I'm not siding with that guy, but a lot of it had to just do with economy and transgenderism was big in Germany before World War II.
Really?
Well,
if you look, there was
a lot of blaming of the certain subclass of people.
Yeah, I know there's immigration and things like that. Yeah.
Yes.
That dude was on copious amounts of methamphetamine.
I agree. Yep, he was.
I mean, and he was a psychopath. But to that point, though,
crazy.
not to touch on the transgender thing, and we don't want to end on that. But
no.
I mean, there's a lot. There was a guy. He's a I can't remember. No, I don't know what what his field of study is, but he studied these things and
Philosopher,
might be a philosopher.
Yeah.
I don't know, but anyways, he was talking about if you look back and you look at the fall of every civilization, there is a surge of gender identity issues. A lot. Like back in Roman times and before the fall of Rome and all the way through civilization that we have, record of at the right before it ended. There's a lot of people gender bending and doing all the things, and I mean, it kind of makes you look at history, and then you go look at now. Is this shit about to come crashing down? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't know. But
it's a crazy world that we're in right now. I mean, just in every aspect of it, politically, socially, emotionally, mentally, like everybody is just seemingly going through it, I
think a lot of the problem is the politics. People want to control everything. Everything. And they want the politicians to do it. They want daddy to come in and fix it. And I don't necessarily think that that's always the best idea. I think that there's got to be other ways. We should all be able to get along. You should, if you want to be transgender, or you want to be gay, straight, if you want whatever, you be whatever you want to be, as long as you're not hurting anyone. I think you're okay.
Nobody,
and I don't think that there should be laws against people being married. I don't, things of that nature. Yeah. I think everybody should be treated equally in that regard, in my opinion. It's just when you start getting politicians get their grubby fingers into it, it convolutes everything, and it almost damns your whole conversation, because these people are now just using you as a narrative to get what they want. And
100%.
That's my opinion. It's not a fact. I have to say
agree
that
with it,
as a disclaimer.
It's like my whole thing with the love amongst violence, the cross sword, the hardened cross sword. That love is not just for the cage, I've got transgender friends. My best friend is gay. Yeah. I've got white friends. I've got Hispanic friends of all types. I've got Asian friends of all types. Just be a decent person. Yeah. That's literally all I ask of anybody. Just be a decent guy. You ain't even got to be good. Just be decent.
And you would think that at the point we're at now in the world, like when life is so easy, I mean, I say it's easy. Of course, there are people that are having tough times. I'm definitely in that group. But I can still go down to the grocery store, buy a steak.
You know what I mean?
So
we're not out here
hunting. Yeah, I don't have to go get my spear out and go hunt down a fucking wild boar just to feed my family. So times are much easier now. We've got medicine, we've got healthcare. We can, and I don't want to get into the politics of that. I'm just saying. We have all of these things at our fingertips, internet, whatever, we have it, information, it's all there, so I think that at the point we have evolved to a point where it's like, hey man, I don't have to love you, but I don't have to hate you.
There you go.
You can't tell people that, because the minute you start telling people that, hey, you don't hate that guy, they're going to hate him more. And then now they're going to hate you too.
I've got friends with differing political ideas online. And again, I don't really even delve into the politics. I'd much rather ignore it. But certain things affect me and my community. And so I'm involved in those things.
Right.
And I have people that I know that are on the exact opposite side of whatever I think is good for me and my people. Now, do I hate that guy? No. But we do have differing opinions.
Yeah, you can disagree with people without hating them.
Yeah. We disagree, but we don't hate each other. We don't hate each other. He's a good guy, But we do have different opinions, and the better part of it is that we can talk about them.
Right.
We can get on Messenger, or he'll video call me every so often. Does irritate me a little bit. I love you. I'm not gonna say his name because he knows who he is. He'll video call me every so often with these political rants or whatever, and I'm like, dude, no, that's not how the world works. You should be doing this. And he's like, no, but and we'll go back and forth, and then we'll laugh, smile, and hang up.
Yeah. What are you doing this weekend?
Yeah.
All right, man. I love you. See you later.
Yeah. So some things are you don't have to hate each other. It's not that deep.
No.
The world sucks anyway.
I mean, I get that people are passionate about their views. Yeah. I get that. And I'm all for you being passionate about your views, which is why a lot of times when people start bringing stuff up, I'll get real quiet. And even though I may have a differing of opinion, I don't want to start an argument with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I'm like, say your piece.
I'm not big on arguing either. I jump to that final step. I give you a whole lot of space, and then all of a sudden, seemingly, all of a sudden I'm just like, all right, well, fight me about it, you know. Like,
I've stood all I can stand, and I can't stand no more.
I listened to it for 45 minutes, and now I'm done. Fight me about it.
Yeah, it's like, you don't believe the same thing I do, you know.
But it's like, you know,
that's a big one.
Sometimes, man, it's just it's not even that deep. Just smile about it, you know, like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you know, hug somebody with a MAGA hat on. I don't know. I mean, I mean, they're not all Nazis.
They're not all Nazis.
I don't know. But I can't really say that. I can't. They might be. I don't fucking know.
They're not, honestly, with the whole MAGA thing. Not even just MAGA. I won't even point out MAGA people in general or whatever they're supposed to be called. I don't know. People who believe in the political system. I'll say that. Right, left, center, whatever. People who believe in the political system. I'm noticing, at least with the opinions that I see online, a lot of them are just uneducated.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the more educated someone is on it, it's like seemingly the less they talk about it.
Right.
Again, I'm not very educated in it.
That's why I don't talk about it too much, because I'm not educated in it.
Exactly.
And that goes to but it's when people get educated, they're getting educated by biased news sources.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Okay, sorry.
Some people. No. You're
took
good.
Your point.
You're good.
We're on the same wavelength.
Exactly.
Get out of my head.
Some people, they get educated, but they get educated within their bubble online, and so they know a lot, but their stats are wrong. But they learn the stats from someone
flat
who's
earthers.
like
Echo chamber.
It's like flat earthers. Did you see the video of this millionaire? He put out a thing where he was like, "There's the biggest flat earther conspiracy theorist on YouTube." He like tapped him. He goes, "Hey man, I will spend 50 whatever it was 50,000 or 50 million, whatever it was. I don't remember how much it cost, but he's like, I'm gonna front the fucking costs to go. I want to take you, and we're gonna go see the ice wall." And see that, and I want you to see that there's 24 hours of light. You know, so he went there with him, and the dude like got on camera, and he's like, sometimes, you know, what you thought was this way, it's not always this way. And they showed him, it's like, it's 24 hours of sun. What, you know, we're at the fucking bottom of the earth. Like, what are you talking about? It's flat earth, you know. So they disproved it by showing them.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a long way to go to prove a point.
Traveling to the bottom of the world,
But I mean, it's just like you said, though. It's people that are getting a narrative from other people that don't always know what they're talking about. Yeah. But they sound like they know what they're talking about.
And it's an easy trap to fall into.
It is. When someone sounds smart, you're like, I better listen.
This wasn't a big issue before COVID, though. Let's be honest.
Flat Earth?
It was not a big issue before COVID.
What?
The flat Earth and everything like that, because people lost their perception of like what's real and what's bullshit.
I feel like
this shit's crazy.
I feel like during COVID there was a little bit of governmental testing on what they could do and get away with,
like an MK Ultra type shit.
Yeah. That's just my personal conspiracy theory.
No, I've got plenty about that. Dude, I don't want to start talking about COVID.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said the word, but
no, I don't want to.
Still a hot word. Huh?
Well,
fuck YouTube and your censors too.
I just don't want to talk about it because I could go down a rabbit hole, you know, in my brain, because I've been looking at stuff and, you know, again, it could be wrong.
Well, the CIA just finally classified yesterday, or declassified, that it was a lab leak.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah. But if you had said that in like 2020, or I'm sorry, 2021, when they started, we know everything, you know.
They actually, I saw a post on Instagram as I was just scrolling through again. I'm kind of staying out of the political thing.
Just follow Lil Duval. You'll be happy.
I actually blocked Lil Duval a while ago.
Well, did you really?
Yeah. I don't remember what he said, but I was like,
love that motherfucker.
I was like, nah, bro. Like,
I don't care. He's a fucking hilarious guy. I don't care.
But no, I saw something where Trump signed a executive order where they were going to unclassify the documents pertaining to JFK's assassination, MLK's assassination, and RFK's assassination. I'm very interested in that, and I'm also I'm also very skeptical of it.
He said
it'll probably be a bunch of it be redacted.
Yeah, he was interviewing somebody on a podcast, and they asked him, like, hey, are you going to do this? And he basically said, if I did, you like would be disgusted of who actually was behind all of this. Yeah, so I'm very curious too.
Yeah.
We have an understanding in the black community of like untold truths You know, it doesn't quite need to be said out loud, but we just have an understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
As far as MLK goes, we know what happened there.
Yeah.
But I'm still interested to see what the government tells us happened there, you know?
Yeah.
Are you going to confirm what we thought was happening the whole time? Are you going to give us some new truth? Or are you going to lie to us and then try to cover it up? Like, and then who knows what we'll read? Who knows which of those three options it actually is? You know? So I'm interested in that, especially RFK. I'm interested in that one too.
Yeah, it's like throughout the history, they've kind of made they've set the precedents, you know, for these people, these people that are very positive and forward thinking, and they're making things happen in a good way, and it's positive for people, you know, like MLK, man, like that would have been that dude if he was still alive. I feel like we'd be living in a better world.
I think so.
And I think, but when they make these examples and they do these things, I say make examples. It's like they basically did this, and this is my conspiracy theory. YouTube, calm down. I don't know, but you just feel like when somebody's doing something that's good for society, but it's not good for them.
Yeah,
we got to shut that down.
And
then moving forward, no, you don't see a lot of that. You don't see a lot of people that are doing these huge things that are just super positive for humans. You know, you don't see it. People have been very quiet about that. They want to talk about all the negative shit. They want to talk about, you know, this guy did this guy did that. You know, they don't talk about. There's no one out there really setting a good example for our future people.
How much more do we see like gender wars and diaspora wars and, you know, black versus white, man versus woman? Like we see that so much more than any positivity online.
Right.
You know? So
yeah,
I definitely agree with that.
It's algorithms.
Algorithms
are
I've like pulled away
huge freedom of speech killer.
Yeah, because it like you would, what was the word that you used earlier? The echo chamber?
Yeah, echo chamber.
It puts you in the echo chamber.
Yeah.
I recently realized, oh man, I'm in a hell of an echo chamber.
Well, not only is it like echo chambers, but there's a big distrust just from headlines, because there's a lot of headlines that are mass produced now that are all bullshit, and then so then you actually put a legit one in there, you know, every now and then, and it just disputes that because they all have to be bullshit. You know what I mean? So you're just filling up the narratives full of shit.
There's two things that I've done recently that have helped me so much when it comes to social media. I stopped reading comments. There's literally nothing in the comments for you. Yeah. Like there's whatever that post said is what it said, and then you read the comments and now you're pissed. Yeah. Like there's nothing in the comments for you. And then the second one, whatever I read, I'm hopping on Google, and I'm not saying that Google is a trusted source search engine. It's not. I'm actually quite literally saying the opposite.
Right.
But I'll hop on Google and do whatever research that I can on whatever topic I've read. I mean, and on the smallest thing. I mean, again, when I saw the so happy to see you, or what do you say? Giving my heart to you, right? The moment I saw that, I was like, hop over here, let me watch it myself. With Trump releasing the documents, let me go see it myself. All types of stuff. Like, I don't trust the headlines anymore, like you said, you know.
Well, with the whole thing, all I'll say is that no matter my entire life, and most of the time I was too stupid to know, or too young to know, or to care. You know, I just always felt I was one of those people that, like, if I could just wake up, go to work, come home, eat dinner, have sex, go to sleep, start, you know, wash, rinse, repeat, and nothing was affected, I felt like it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah. But I mean, obviously that's not true. And
as we get older, we realize
yeah. When you have a mortgage, when you have, you know, all this other stuff,
when life starts getting real,
right? You start thinking, oh, what they do up there really affects us down here. But in my life, I have always only ever thought. I've never thought, oh my God, I don't want that person to be my president. You never. I would always just go, well, let's see what they got. Let's see what they do and hope that it's
this time
good.
Around with Trump was the only time I've ever felt like that. But I also felt the exact same way for Kamala. Like, this is honestly, I voted this year. I did vote for Kamala this year. But I didn't feel good about it. You know, like, so I'm 26. I actually just turned 26 2 days ago. So 4 years ago, that puts me at 22.
Late birthday.
Thank you. That puts me at 22. I was too young to vote when Trump was in the first time around.
Okay.
So we had Trump, where I was too young to vote. Then we had Biden, which I was probably overseas or stuck on a ship somewhere in the middle of the ocean. Didn't even register that one. And then we're back at it now. My level of like give a fuck for politics is like so low.
Yeah.
Because it's like I didn't vote for the first one. And that was, I mean, I was in the military. So not only did my opinion not matter, but I just kind of didn't care. Like, I wake up at 5 a.m., whatever, go to work, come back home, eat, sleep, shower, you know, basic stuff. So that first presidency was basically me just giggling a lot at the news.
Yeah.
Every time I go eat and they got Trump on the TV again, I'm just giggling. That one was, I mean, at least for me as a 18 to 22? Yeah, 18 to 22-year-old, it was just funny.
Yeah.
I was laughing
He
a
is
lot.
the greatest showman.
Oh, man. When he talked about the T word, I don't know. I'm trying not to get you guys banned.
Oh, you're fine.
The one T word. He said he died like a dog. Yeah, Baghdadi.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Not gonna lie. Like, not politically correct whatsoever.
Yeah, nothing about him is.
He died like a dog.
But I thought it was funny, you know? So there's things like that where I laughed. Biden came around. Again, I'm probably somewhere in the middle of the ocean. I just got out of the military. So now that I'm starting to see politics, I'm also saying, I don't like it.
Yeah. It's because there's so much ugliness.
It's just so much. Like,
They're all...
I can't trust either one of you guys to do what you say you're going to do.
Nah.
You
There's
know?
a lot of...
Hell, I couldn't trust Obama to do what he said he was going to do. So
Yeah.
I don't trust you.
There's a lot of he said, she said, and
Dude.
look what this guy did. That's one of my biggest
So
pet
much finger
peeves
pointing.
in any of the last, like, you know, fucking 6 presidents we've had. Every campaign ad that you would see would be, instead of talking about, hey, my name is so-and-so, this is what I've done for the country, this is what I want to do for the country. Instead of that, it was, you know, in 1998, this person did this.
And it's black and white with like the little horror music in the background.
Right. And then at the end, it's like, this ad was, you know, I approve this message.
Yeah.
And it's like just trying to slander the other one.
It's all just slander.
And I'm like...
And again, when I was younger, I could go, ha, that's funny. But now I have a mortgage.
Now it's freaky.
You know, now I got 2
what the
kids.
fuck?
I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah. So hopefully,
Yeesh.
I hope that things, you know, go well the next 4 years. But I mean,
I genuinely hope that it does, because I have to be here.
yeah.
I genuinely hope that it does. Yeah, you know,
I just hope that we
Yeah.
start getting some better candidates, you know,
that part.
people that, I mean, I was really pulling for Tulsi Gabbard, you know, and I like her a lot.
You know, I always wanted Bernie Sanders to try again. I wanted Bernie Sanders to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, he
'Cause
was too hard.
The party wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, he had a lot of ideas that I think would have been great. But how do you convince everybody else to do that?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
that's not going to work, Bernie. They're not going for that. I like where your head is. You want to be happy, or you want everyone to be happy, and you know, whatever. Cool. But like, this is also America. Let's bring it down to step.
Like, we're not going to the metric system overnight, okay?
You know what I mean?
It's not
Like,
happening.
It was like that. I did want him to run again. I also appreciate the fact that he said, I'm too old. Like,
yeah, he tapped out.
Yeah, I'm too old for this. I'm not going to do it. That made me like him a little more.
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
does.
all right. Like, you
Well,
know.
that's the thing. When people are honest and say what they really mean,
Yes.
and I think I'm not saying anything negative on Kamala or Joe Biden or, you know, positive for Trump or anything, but I mean, I think that's what people like so much about Trump.
Yeah.
Is because
100%.
yes, he's braggadocious. Yes, he's got a big fucking mouth. You know, yes, he doesn't think before he speaks. You know, but he says what's on his mind, and you know he ain't lying. I mean, well, you think you'd like
you
to hope.
Yeah.
It feels
feels real.
less like a falsehood. It feels more like the truth.
Yeah.
Because you know you're like, that sounds pretty on brand for you.
That's
You
why
know?
I'm never upset with people who have differing opinions, man. I mean, even and we don't have to get on that, but even
Yeah.
in terms of religion, like, hey, that's what you believe in, cool, as long as it works for you. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, and people want to they start criticizing, you know, because they're like, oh, you were a Democrat, now you're a Republican, and it's like, well, you know, people change their mind, or you know, on certain issues, you know, they're like, well, you were against gay marriage in, you know, 2001 and now you're for it, well, you maybe something happened in between there.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know, it's been 21 years.
Change your mind.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It happens.
Yeah.
It's not a flip-flop. It's just I was educated.
I grew.
You know?
Yeah. We should also allow that a lot more in our society. Allow people to grow. Like,
forgive people.
Do you remember in the or maybe 2010s when people were like searching through other folks' Twitters to go find the stuff that they were saying, like the beginning of cancel culture.
Yeah.
Oh man,
they
the beginning of cancel culture was
there's a whole
crazy.
page dedicated to that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
All they're gonna find on mine is a lot of probably titties and ass. I'm just saying. That's all that's on my Twitter.
There's a page right now on Twitter called Defiant L's. It'll like pull Defiant L's. It'll pull up like the old tweet from them and a new one, and it'll be like total hypocrisy. It's great.
We should allow people to grow again.
Yeah. I definitely like that idea. Instead of just
grow again,
cancel culture needs to go away, because that is also a form of anti-free speech, in my opinion. You know, just because you don't agree with somebody or they don't think the same thing as you shouldn't shut them down. Allow all speech. You know, even the bad speech. It might be.
Just be prepared for the consequences.
Well, here's my thing. But here's my thing. If you allow everybody to talk and say whatever's on their mind, they're gonna shine a light on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be like,
agree.
oh, there's the racists.
Mm-hmm.
There they are. We're gonna stay away from them.
You know what? I can fill you in real life experience on that specifically. So I lived in Mississippi for a little while. Mississippi is still behind, you know. I've got some family out there that I love. They're
bless them.
Bless them. You know. I've also lived in Wisconsin. Right. You would think that Wisconsin, high north, right? You think it's all peaches and cream. No, it's just two different types of racism. So it's like you said. When I lived in Wisconsin, I was outside wrestling with my cousin in the yard, and this lady walks up to us, "Hey, do you guys live here?" Like, da da da. You know, it's that type of, you know. If you didn't know what they were asking,
she must have been in charge of the HOA.
Yeah, right. You'd probably just answer the question, and you know, whatever. You wouldn't think about it too much. Then you go to Mississippi. I'm walking down the road one day. I'm like 13 years old. The guy pulls up at me in a pickup truck and he goes, "Hey, what you doing around here, boy?"
Ooh.
Ugh, right? I know who you are.
Yeah. I think Dave Chappelle talked about that. He was like, boy, the racism down there is magnifique.
Oh, yeah. It's great. Because check this out. I go, "Hey, I'm on my way home." He goes, "Okay, well, make sure you're in by dark." Cool. That told me exactly all I needed to know.
Get the fuck off the street.
I just got to be home by dark, right? And then me and you have no problems.
Right.
This lady over here, she's like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not right.
right.
It ain't right. Don't get me wrong. But I would so much rather my enemy allow themselves to be known to me than to be hidden from me with a smile, you know? Yeah. I'd much rather you come up with your hands up ready to box than to, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" and sneak me. You get what I mean? So, I much prefer when it's in your face and open like that. So I enjoy the dialogue.
Yeah.
I've talked to people that that didn't enjoy my presence, you know, and we've sat there and had that dialogue, and we're not trying to come to an understanding. We're just hearing each other,
right?
And so now I recognize who you are, you know.
Sure.
Let people say they want to say. Just also, there's consequences sometimes when you know you talk crazy. Can I speak on that part a little bit?
Sure.
Actually. So recently, I had something like that happen. Did you see my story on Instagram about that?
I saw something. I tried when I go on Instagram. You have to understand, when I'm on there, I literally am on there for like 30 seconds.
I understand.
I hit it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm out.
Actually, I follow a bunch of pages now that as you're scrolling, it'll pop up, and the whole page is it'll say like IG stop doom scrolling, whatever is the name of the page. And it's just telling you, hey, you're scrolling. Get off.
Fuck off.
Get off the app. So sometimes I'll open up Instagram. That's the first post. Oh, thanks. I'll put my phone back down. Or open up a book or something. Especially during camp. I don't want to sit there and doom scroll. I could be using that time to stretch or something like that.
Right.
But anyway. So talk about knowing your enemy, right? So I meet this guy. A buddy of mine fights him. He made a good post on Instagram. And so I follow the guy, and you know, I put him on my story. Hey, you guys should go follow this guy. He seems like a good dude, right? So when you follow someone and you open up a similar post they've commented on, you can see their comments. So I opened up the comments one day, which I don't do this anymore, but I opened up the comments one day and I see he said some crazy stuff.
Some heinous shit.
So give him the benefit of the doubt, right? You seem like a cool dude. Maybe you're
just having a bad day.
Maybe you're having a bad day and taking it out on us.
That's mighty nice of you.
So I drop a couple of question marks on him. Hey, what do you mean by that? He comes back, tries to explain himself. I say, all right, well, you're fighting racism with racism. That don't look good on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you know what? You're right, man. I go, all right, cool. I noticed he never deleted the comment, but I left it alone, okay? Give it a couple weeks later, scrolling again. What do you know? There he is saying something else crazy. Screenshot it, send it to my friend he fought. He goes, that's crazy. A couple weeks later, see it again. A couple weeks later, see it again. Now I'm like, all right, bro, we're on number 4. 4 times I've seen you saying some heinous shit. So just randomly on a Friday, I roll over. I woke up. I rolled over, grabbed my phone. I'm scrolling. I see a post. I'm like, oh, I know these comments are going to be ridiculous. Who do I see at the top of the comments? Again, with just the craziest stuff you've ever seen. It was a video of Kanye West. His friend was telling him that he didn't enjoy some of the stuff he was saying. Kanye, you got to be better. You're, you know, some of the stuff that comes out of your mouth, it hurts me, it hurts your family. You know, be a better person, Kanye. The post literally said, we all need friends like this. He's in there saying, he said, parachute him back to Africa. Now, when I read this, my first thought is, that's funny. Like, why would you even think of that? Like that, okay. But then my second thought is, oh no, that was really on your heart. Like, because what does that have to do with Kanye and his friend talking at all?
Nothing.
At all. That was just on your chest. You just wanted to get that off. So
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warrior. Oh man. So I find out that the next day he's going to be at the gym. He's going to make
this is
appearance.
actually somebody you physically know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I see him at the gym. I don't say anything to him. I don't rush him. I don't walk over there, you know, whatever. I just put my gear on. I'm talking to my friends. I noticed that he's talking to everyone in the gym. Let's call it 6 people there, 4 of them are black, not including myself. He's talking to the black folk just as regular as he's talking to everybody else.
Like he didn't just say something that was extremely racist.
And like I said, talk about knowing your enemy, right? So I'm seeing people who look like me and they're like, oh, hey, how you doing, brother? And da-da-da, and everybody's all hugged up and I'm like just seething. I'm mad,
Were
right?
you waiting for him to come
because I know
around?
who you are. Truth be told, I didn't have a plan of action. I knew that when we sparred, I was going to give him a couple of good body shots and let him know that I knew what he was doing and that he should stop it. But I didn't have like I can't wait for you to.
It wasn't premeditated.
It wasn't premeditated. I just knew when you got in front of me, I was going to give you a couple of good body shots, sit you down, you know?
Oh, man.
So he walks up to me and he says, hey, brother, how you doing? And that's when I got upset because I was like, dude, you've been talking to everybody in here as if nothing's going on. Then you walk up to me talking about, hello, brother. I've seen you 5 times and I've only just seen you 5 times. Who knows what else you've been saying, right? This is when our algorithms connect. So 5 times I've seen you saying this crazy stuff. Hey, brother, when you get in front of me, and I said brother just to mess with him. I was like, hey, brother, when you get in front of me, I'm going to mess you up. Like, I'm going to put it on you. I'm going to break you. I'm not going to hurt you, but I'm going to put it on you. Like, you're going to have to see me. Guy walks over there, sits down on the bench. I pay him no attention. I'm talking back with my friends. We're sparring or whatever. I look over my shoulder. He's putting his stuff in his book bag.
Oh, he's leaving.
He's leaving. I go, hey, what are you doing? I didn't tell you had to leave. He goes, oh, well, you know, I didn't want any trouble. You started the trouble already.
Yeah.
Now, man up for it. You came in on a sparring day. We're going to spar. You'll be fine afterwards. Like, stand on.
Yeah, I'm not going to put you in the hospital.
I'm not going to hurt you, dude. Like, by the way, this is a professional fighter. It's not just some dude off the street, right? Amateur. He's a professional. So he gets up, he leaves the gym. I leave it alone. I say, you know what? Maybe that was enough. Maybe the embarrassment of you leaving the gym was enough for you to fix your stuff. You know,
yeah.
I pointed out the issue to you. You know what the issue is, so you left. Cool. We should all be straight. Guy gets on Instagram a couple of days later and just starts slandering my name.
Really?
Oh man, because it hurt him. It hurt his pride to be a professional fighter and get, you know, to a guy who didn't even touch you, to leave the gym like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I won't
it's
even
literally
get into it much more,
literally like when you have dogs on opposite ends of the fence and the fence is closed and they're and then you open it, they're like,
and all of a sudden it's real quiet. Yeah.
That's the way keyboard warriors are. They don't feel like there's any accountability, and for the most part there isn't any.
Once we were 2 days separated, and I don't know where this guy trains, or, you know, I'm sure it might be easy to find, but I don't care that much. I don't know where this guy trains at. I don't know, you know, anything too much about him outside of that you fought my friend and that what you've said online. Yeah. So again, I didn't come in the gym, I'm gonna get you or anything like that, right? It was very much, hey, when you get in front of me, I'm gonna piece you up a little bit because you deserve it. You shouldn't say stuff like that. But he goes online, he slanders me 2 days later, And so I copy back to, or I comment back to him, and I said, something along the lines of, it sucks when real life meets social media, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that keyboard warrior stuff, it sucks when it happens in real life, you know? Anyway, I say all that to say
it's a real thought.
I would much rather know who my enemy is
Mm-hmm.
than for them to be hidden behind the keyboard, or for them to, hey, do you live here? You know?
Right.
Like, yikes.
No, it's a scary fucking time out there right now, man. Already enough as it is with everything that's going on in the world, but here you are having to duck fists and shit too. It's we're out of time, bud. But, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap her up. But give everybody, he'll pull it up, but give everybody your socials and anything, any other links, anything you want to verbally convey.
I'm gonna have to come just chat with you guys randomly, like no podcast. We're just coming here and
Dude,
just talk.
That's what the ride's for, bro. We go on a ride. You know, I do these. I've done it once. My friend Barry, he's a film photographer, so he shoots a lot of film. But we decided a while back that we're going to start doing these like kind of like sunrise shoot type things where we meet up with our cameras and we just walk around wherever. You know, either at the beach or last time it was in Green Cove because it's fucking pretty out there.
Is that farther south? Green Cove?
It's you go down 17 like you're
about 10 miles down 17.
Yeah,
8 miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not too terrible. But yeah, and we're gonna do that. But I'm just like, dude, we go for a ride, and then we can just sit and just bullshit somewhere. Go to a coffee shop and just sit and bullshit somewhere.
Yeah, we'll definitely
I'd love to do that for sure. Well, of course,
will.
the weather has to. I think in like. I don't know if it's next week or the week after, but it's supposed to be like...
It's supposed to be 70s the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, 70, 80 degrees.
Oh, great.
Oh, dope.
Oh, I'm so ready.
It's on, man.
I'm so ready. But yeah, as far as shouting myself out...
shout it out.
It's my Instagram, my Facebook, and deleted TikTok are all um3.yasuke. My first name is Ulysses Moore III, and I go by Yasuke, so um3.yasuke. My email is um3yasuke@gmail.com. If you want to send me any emails or hate mail, whatever, just fill that inbox up. Let me know how you're feeling. I've got a couple of hate mails. I had a
Y'all
guy,
send me the hate mail.
I had a guy one time. He commented a casket on all. How many posts do I have? 139 of my posts, or not a casket, a headstone.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, you're weird.
Like, I'll do that if you say some crazy shit. I'll be like, rip, just being funny.
139 headstones. I was like, oh my God. But anyway, um3.yasuke is my socials. That's the same thing as YouTube. I put a lot of time into one of my YouTube videos. It's Stuart Maddox. It says Yasuke versus Stuart Maddox, backstage something.
Yeah.
Put a lot of time and effort into that video. Actually, there is Yasuke versus Stuart Maddox with behind the scenes footage. That took me like 30 minutes to do, I promise you.
Really?
Yeah, that was very difficult.
We watched this last time, I think.
Part of it, I think. Yeah.
No, it looks good too.
Yeah, man. Outside of that, I mean, February 8th is my big deal. February 8th is my big fruition. I put a lot of time and effort into this fight. There's been days I forgot my running shoes, and so I ran barefoot. Damn. I put a lot into this fight. You
went David Goggins.
This is a big moment for me to be able to fight a guy who's a heavyweight champ and light heavyweight champ at the same time.
Yeah. Now
coming down to take my belt. That's the way I see it. It's a vacant belt, but we're both fighting for it. So in my head, it's mine. He's trying to take it. This is big for me. This is big because this is a good opponent. This is an opponent who has a big name. And so for me to beat him raises my stock.
Right.
Someone was like, oh, well, hopefully he'll be drained from the weight cut. No, I want him to be 100%.
Yeah.
I want him to be the best version
of himself. So you
can
test your mettle.
So that I can whoop him and show everybody, hey, at his 100. and I like the guy, so don't get me wrong when I say that. But at his 100,
it's a competition. I mean, I would hope that he understands. I mean,
I know he does. I know he does. This is for people who
everybody's trying to win.
Yeah, exactly. At his 100, I want to beat him at his 100. Yeah, so that there's no doubt.
I get that.
So yeah, that's my big thing. um3.yasuke on all my social medias. Just preparing for February. Sweet. Oh, and if you're looking for a pay-per-view link, again, please do not buy the physical tickets. If you're looking for the pay-per-view, just give it a little time. Pay-per-view will pop up eventually.
Very good. All right, man. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out with us on this Saturday, my man. Everybody, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. And don't forget, we are still on the audio for this podcast is on every Spotify, Apple Podcast. It's everywhere. We're probably about 3 or 4. I caught up a bunch last week, and we still got a few more to go. I banked a bunch of episodes so I can continually put them out. But so this one will be on the audio version pretty soon. But just go find us on YouTube and watch it there. Listen there. But subscribe, follow his channel, follow my channel, all the things. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Adios. Man, we got to get into this chat more. Yeah, just